Hey nerds, it's been a long time since I've come back to YouTube. With all that's happening with university and work, I've just had a lot on my plate. But the Owl House has just dropped a new trailer and it has summoned me from my depths of suffering. For those who wish to know about my thoughts on the last special, I plan to do a full analysis when I officially come back. But let's go back to the new trailer called Watching and Dreaming. The trailer starts with Ida asking Luce the question,
"Where do you think magic comes from?"
which is a direct quote from the episode The Intruder, giving homage to the first time Luce learned magic. We hear more quotes from Ida about destiny and forging her own path, as we see Amity touching a light glyph, Luce holding a picture, Luce wandering inside the Emperor's castle, King and Harpy Ida together, and Luce reaching towards the portal door. The next scene shows us a clip of Lilith, transformed as a puppet. We know that the Collector is mad because of the lies BELOS whispered into the Collector's ear from the last episode, which, by the way, BELOS using Rain's puppet body like that is such a rat move. The guy can't even muster up the courage to face the Collector, so he hides behind a facade. In the next scene, we have Luce wearing an Emperor's Coven uniform. She looks terrified at the sight of her petrified friends. However, it makes no sense for her to be at the palace when her main goal is to confront the Collector. Perhaps it's the Collector showing Luce some illusions to scare her, as we see later in the clip the Collector playing games with Luce. Although it would make more sense to show Luce the illusions of Ida and King in trouble than some side characters. Maybe the team managed to defeat the Collector, leaving BELOS still at large. Perhaps he petrified some of the puppets before they turned back into witches. We then see a scene of BELOS possessing Rain for the second time. I'm unsure what is happening in this scene, as it could indicate that Rain is somehow fighting back the possession. Moving on to the next clip, it seems Luce, Ida and King gets to reunite at the beginning of the episode. In the last special, we left off with Luce and her friends finally reaching the Collector. However, the reunion is cut short as the Collector interrupts Luce, King and Ida by forcing them to play a game. Here we see a terrifying scene of a gigantic Collector chasing Luce. We hear Willow in the background telling Luce to wake up.
You have to wake up! How?
This indicates to me that the Collector has Luce in a dreaming state, being able to control the circumstances and the environment altogether. Luce then replies with the question how, as Amity explains to her right before she was pulled away, you turn on the light, after handing Luce a life glyph.
You turn on the light.
This brings me back to an earlier scene of King and Ida. They appear to be fighting a bigger version of BELOS, as we see bits of BELOS surrounding them. We also see some life glyphs that perhaps Luce made. Or maybe it's the Titan dying. I say this because we finally get answers about the Titan's heart. Maybe after Rain fought off BELOS, he decided to possess the Titan's heart. We all know that BELOS is still the main villain of the series, so it makes perfect sense for BELOS to use the Titan as a last attempt. It makes me wonder, if BELOS can possess the Titan, does that mean BELOS can control the power the Titan emits? Amity handing Luce a life glyph may have sparked an idea in Luce, hence the abundance of life glyphs. Or it could also be that BELOS is finally dying, and the lights are the talismans being released when BELOS consumed them. But let's go back. In the trailer, we see Gus, Willow, and possibly the rest of the gang, excluding Luce, King and Ida, saving a bunch of puppets. We are unsure who they are fighting, but it could be Kikimora or Amity's mom. However, what's more interesting is that they're using glyphs to fight. As previously mentioned, if BELOS takes over the Titan, he might be controlling the magic somehow, so they might be relying on different magic systems. The last few couples of scenes in the trailer is a big one. We have Luce using her talisman for the first time. But what really stands out to me is the shoes that Luce is wearing. It appears that the gang is attacking Luce based on the fact that she's wearing the same shoes. I don't believe it's actually Luce, however I think it's the Collector controlling them like puppets. We also see a possessed King and Ida attacking someone. My guess is that they are attacking Luce. I say this because both King and Ida are crying, which could indicate they are aware of their actions. Thank you so much for watching, nerds! Hope you enjoyed the video and found it entertaining. If you have any suggestions for future videos or just want to chat, leave a comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more content from me. And remember, stay lively!